Good morning, my friends, and welcome to something a little bit different, because you'll notice that I'm totally not lip-synced with anything that I'm talking about here. This is episode 2 of the Swapper, and the first 10 minutes or so of this video, I didn't actually get the recording of my own voice on the mic, so you can see some expressions of whimsy and some expressions of planning where we're going to go. We are going to go into that lower area first because we opened up a gap just there in episode 1. And so we're going to go and try and get some security orbs down here first and then make our way through the security gate we unlocked. I figured that doing a voiceover in post, a little bit like a director's commentary, is probably, I don't know, maybe it's a terrible idea, maybe it's somewhat interesting, who can say? But as I say, in about 10 minutes time, I am going to notice that I'm not, in about 10 minutes time, I am going to notice that I'm not recording my voice here. For the moment, I'm just trying to work out this first puzzle in the game. I see that I've got 2 switches at the bottom there, which are on stairs, and 1 switch over to the left. At this point, I'm experimenting how many clones I can make, because if you remember at the end of the first, towards the end of the first episode, we had a puzzle where I wasn't able to solve it because I ran out of the ability to make clones. So that was me just testing that we can indeed make 5 clones, and that's a hard limit, right? So unless a clone actually dies or gets absorbed, once we've got 4 copies of ourselves out, so 5 of us out in total, we can no longer place anyone else. So this first one, I can spot sort of fairly straightforwardly that we're going to be getting those guys stuck on those stairs, and that will probably sort of be enough. And then we need to just place one final person. Unfortunately, we've used all 5 of our people here, so we are going to need to get someone absorbed. And I'm gonna get it pretty quick here. Yeah, there we go. And now we only have 4 people out, so we can put the 5th person up there onto that ledge. So that's going to get us 1 orb. We are up to 11. One thing I'm quite enjoying about this game is the level design. It's this very, very strict, well, at least for the moment in this space station, you've kind of got this node spoke idea where you're getting a room. You get sort of a hub room with 3 or 4 puzzle rooms off to the sides of it. And the fact that the puzzles are quite strictly single room puzzles, so that you're keeping that possibility space quite narrow, certainly does help your thinking. It presents it very much like a properly traditional puzzle game. Something like Sausage Roll or Monsters Expedition, where there is literally a puzzle room, and you must solve that puzzle to continue. I do quite like the idea that, for the moment at least, it appears that at least some of these puzzles might not be mandatory. That's me trying and failing to ping my way through the red light there. And ultimately perishing, unfortunately. But yeah, the fact that it appears at the moment like we might not have to solve 100% of these puzzles is kind of nice. I do always get a little bit nervous with games like Braid, where there's a very, very strong emphasis to solve every single puzzle, because if you get stuck on one, it makes it feel like you've failed in your attempt to achieve the game. Whereas I kind of like puzzle games that give you a little bit more of a hey, if you're 90% on this, that's, you know, that's a win, and 100% is like an extra, you know? It's kind of like getting the good ending versus bad ending on Hollow Knight, right? I'm sure there's plenty of people who've played Hollow Knight that didn't even realise there was a good ending to it without looking it up on, you know, on a wiki, right? So we managed to just about angle shoot that one and immediately get ourselves killed. I'm not sure if that's intended strat, because we did have to be right on the edge of that platform and pinging ourselves basically directly upwards, but we can't have been far off the intended strategy for that one. We now just have one final room up onto that platform, but I'm also wondering where that path down and to the left is going to take us, because we've not been in that direction yet. So, third and final puzzle room in here. I'm looking at that switch, it's on the roof, and my initial thought is, you know, are we missing an ability which is required to get us to that point, right? Just sort of trying to see if I can pop a guy up there, but it seems almost like too simply not correct. And I believe this is the first time that we work out that actually a clone can pick up and grab objects for us without us being pinged. Now that is showing that, yep, there's a platform which is going to come up there, and to get that clone into that raising platform, he just gets crushed immediately, which is not what I was intending, and that's not what I'm going for at all. That's, yeah, the spacing on that is a little tricky, so we'll absorb that clone with the white light and place the next one down, and I've also just mistimed that one as well, which is it's not what we want really. And yeah, again, just crushed immediately. So I'm sort of thinking maybe that's not the strategy to use. I've got that sort of frown on my face where I'm really thinking hard, which is actually a really interesting, it was actually a really interesting piece of feedback that I got many years ago, and it's a habit that certainly when I'm working with other people now professionally, I try not to do it. I consciously try not to do it, because I naturally have a face which definitely frowns when thinking really hard. And this was a piece of feedback I got when I was working in the lab around about 15 years ago now, or something like that. That yeah, when someone asks me a question, the feedback I got was that I always seemed really annoyed whenever anyone asked me a question, because my natural thinking face is to frown at the other person. So that's something that I've definitely worked on, particularly in a professional setting, is to deliberately, intentionally be less frowny when I'm thinking about a question that someone is giving me. It makes for a really great what's your biggest weakness interview question, right? If someone asks you in an interview, what's your biggest weakness, feel free to use that story. I give you my permission. We've managed to solve this puzzle, which is great. So yeah, we were trying to place the block on that rising platform. So hey, you know, that's pretty good. And now we're going to check out this lower left-hand path, because I'm not 100% sure where this is going to take us, because we never went this way when we got here via the other path, and it's actually going to take us right the way back, a huge distance over to the left of this space station, which is super interesting, and it kind of alludes to slightly more, possibly the kind of Metroidvania elements of this game, or at least the backtracking elements of this game. Now, we've been very diligent in making sure that we're clearing every puzzle so far before we move on. So I think these paths are more just to help you backtrack to earlier puzzles rather than it being necessarily an actual intentional Metroidvania style design choice. But like I do like the idea of a Metroidvania style puzzle game, you know. So I wonder how many of these kind of Metroidvania style elements we're going to see. We can see right here in this picture that there is a teleporter with a console, and it's going to be shown later on that that console is going to open the door to that teleporter. So we're going to get to that teleporter from the other side, from another teleporter teleporting into it later. And that is going to open that up as a shortcut, which is a classic Metroidvania kind of design choice. And I think there is a lot of overlap between these environmental immersive puzzlers and Metroidvania games. So now that we've beaten that area down below, we are now going to go into this area, which we unlocked right at the start of episode 1, and that's going to take us to a new area. Okay. Now it's going to be around this point, well, fairly soon to this point, that I'm going to notice that my voice hasn't been being recorded, okay? So this is pretty much going to wrap up this 10, 11, 12 minutes or so of director's commentary.
We can't leave. I'm afraid to stay.
We've got a bit of dialogue here.
Don't come up here. If possession means anything anymore, then this isn't yours to see.
Excellent. And you're going to see the moment I realise that my voice is not being picked up, and I'm like, oh no! Well, if you enjoyed this director's commentary, do leave a comment. And, we're probably not going to do it intentionally again in the future, but hey-ho, hope you enjoyed it. See you in a second. Okay, we're back. So I think, I will have to check it back in the edit later, but I think you've been able to hear the game perfectly fine. You just haven't been able to hear me. So, what I'll probably do is I'll just leave it up with me not having any audio, with just a little marker in the corner, just to say that audio is going to start sort of 10 minutes in. What a shame. What a shame. Welcome to the channel. Yeah. The other mind pollutes our train. Is it truly able to end itself? We are in waste management. Thanks for the flashing lights. Come on. We should be beyond this now as game designers. Flashing lights, no good. Is there an accessibility option which lets me turn that off? Bloom and light shafts. No, that's not going to be the flashing. Wow, what a shame. Like, I understand atmosphere, but like literally just having your lights flashing on and off. It's not atmosphere, guys, come on. Log number 8, black box downloaded. Collision with unknown vessel detected. Black box data downloaded 90 minutes ago. Entering scanning range of Research Station Theseus. Station status, derelict. 87 minutes ago, 2 life signs detected. One of those is probably me. Maybe, I don't know. How long ago was this log made? Solar interference, 79, system reboot, warning, collision course, massive damage, main airlock opened, system diagnosed, test activated, 341 critical fails.
You came anyway. You've seen what's left of the ship. I suppose you had to see for yourself. I suppose watching a mind unravel into bare matter is cathartic. I suppose. Who is this I doing all this supposing? Is it still me? Is it them? There's only one way to be sure. I just don't know if they'll let me take it.
Okay, so someone is going a little bit ham with the swapping. I couldn't even see the lift there. Okay, right, yeah, there is a lift there. Space rock. What happened? So, nah, because these rocks, they're going through some kind of processing plant. So, is it like intelligent ore?
Who are you?
Sentient metal.
I beg your pardon, this place changes people. My name is Chalmers. I worked here a long time ago. Oh, but I'm afraid I'm headed for the mine Scilab with some urgency. I'll try to...
Okay. So... So it would appear that she's cloned herself a whole bunch of times, and her clones are the other mind seeks our head. Why? We are all of a chain, our weaknesses are shared. Kind of seems like her clones have kind of gone awry. On the other hand, though, are we one of her clones? Maybe. Maybe. But her clones aren't limited to doing the same actions that she's doing. So her clones have kind of gone awry and have started doing their own things. Well, we can't,
Ah, there you are. Couldn't leave you for dead now, could we? Take the transport beam up to research. Get a move on. I'll give you the orientation on the way.
Okay. Right, we've got no gravity, so we're going to have to be swapping, I guess? No, we can't create. Oh, okay, right. The swap beam is changing our orientation somehow. Well, we've pushed ourselves back out the door, so that's something. Right, the swap beam gives you a tiny bit of momentum in the opposite direction. Can I go pew 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 and get some real speed? Another mine, so long, going round and round and round. Okay. What do we need? 13 of 15 orbs. Well, good thing there's probably more orbs available. Obstacle. Obstacle. Yeah, okay. Understood.
The truth is, we're all in danger. Come meet me at Mine Sci and I'll explain. You have to gain access to the high security labs first.
Well, we finally met someone who's actually being a little bit helpful. So, that's great. What is this? Ah, more doors. And a teleporter. Press E to interact with the teleport. Click on desired teleport target. Okay, that's cool. Wait, am I right? Oh, I'm right back at the start of the ship. Oh, so I can teleport over to there. And open this up. Yay, shortcut unlocked. Okay, fine. Okay. So we'll get a person here. And somehow we need to get like a person to this other side, isn't it? So like we can get that light off, that's okay. But basically we need to get a person all the way to that end. Like that, essentially. And now, when we move back, we can now teleport ourselves over. Trigon orb acquired.
When we first discovered them on Corrie, we thought the Watchers were dumb slabs of rock. It took years of study to accept that they were alive. Not like we are, of course. They have no physical senses, no moving parts. Still, I find it hard not to wonder, can an electrical impulse in a rock really be considered a thought?
Well, I mean, we can certainly hear what they're thinking. What they're thinking doesn't seem to change very much, but then they are rocks, so they probably operate on more of a geological timescale. So we can open that up now, but we can also go and get more. Log number 9, Planet Chori 5 overview, class Desert uninhabitable. Research interest, abundant natural mineral deposits. Space station Theseus in orbit since 201 years. Notable discoveries include a more durable steel amalgam and an alien life form similar to an Earth silkworm. Primary research in recent years has been focused on what have come to be termed the Watchers, highly complex rock formations of unknown origin. Analysts of samples on board Theseus have revealed unusual electrochemical activity within the structures, which may suggest something resembling rudimentary intelligence. So we've already got all of the orbs we need to open this one, but what it seems to be that actually your orbs carry through from puzzle to puzzle, because we're not spending 15 orbs, we just need to have 15 orbs. So actually, maybe all of the puzzles aren't required, but doing the puzzles now will presumably mean you don't have to do harder puzzles later, would be the sort of presumption? I don't know. I can get rid of that guy. Right, we can do that jump. So, you go off down there. We are going to pop you here. Clear you out. Do that jump. We can't project through there. We can only click it. Nah, right. Okay, so what do I need? I need to have, so I need to have a guy out here. And we need to have a guy up here. And I don't know if we need a guy down there now then. But let's just kind of... Oh, wait, hang on. I need to swap to you. Right, let's pop you down here. Then jump that. Okay. Gonna do a jump back. Ah, yeah, we're kind of gonna mess that up a little bit. Ah, but I can absorb these guys, so that's fine. Pew, pew, pew. I am one person too many. But I can only really walk to the left, which is going to take him off the correct spot. But I think that's okay. So let's get rid of one of those. Let's get rid of two guys, yeah? Yeah, that's much better now. No, I need this guy. Ah, when I am this guy, I need to just pop a guy up here. Okay, let's reset this. Okay. What do I need? I need to pop a lad down here. One up here. Nope, that definitely didn't work. Okay. Well, that's sort of fine, yeah? So I can put you here. Ah, but now I'm out. I'm out of people. I need this person to kind of not be here anymore. Ah, shoot. Okay, got a little reset here. Let me think. We go... Well, we can pop a guy here already anyway, right? We just can't zap to him without this button being pressed. So we can do that without even moving. Yeah. And then you can just drop a guy down. Like here. That's fine. So then we do... Yeah, can't zap anymore. Well, I tell you what, right? Because can we get... Now we can't get straight up here. No, well those guys are all done now, so... Okay, let's clear 3 clones. Because we might just have enough in hand here. Because if I go and just pop a guy up here, zap, zap. Well, I can't put a guy in here. So let's clear some clones again. That button does not deactivate either of those. Ah, but there we go. We can go through the blue, though. There we go. Trigon orb. Woof. All right. Okay, what have we got next? Probably this room down here, I guess. Ooh, another rock. There was a long time ago when the chain was full and fruitful, when the minds like yours joined and the rest fell silent. Oh, then the minds like yours joined and the rest fell silent. Okay, we've got another orb coming here. Interesting. That's it. It's just... That is the whole puzzle. Okay, is it a... Ah, no, you can't zap. But wait, we can zap into the blue, so that's fine. Huh. Well, that one wasn't so bad, actually. More of a process of elimination thing, really, because the possibility space was incredibly constrained in that puzzle. It couldn't really have been very much other options. Great. Well, we are opening up that 15 barrier. But, my friends, that is going to wrap us up for today's episode. What's behind this level 15 security barrier? We shall see. And apologies for losing my microphone audio earlier on in the session. If you enjoyed this video though, and you enjoy the Swapper and puzzle games like it, we play puzzle games here all the time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Maybe we'll be playing something else that you'd enjoy. For now though, have a great rest of the day. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Cheerio. Bye-bye.